Owning a home is fantastic, but what doesn't feel so fantastic is having to pay property taxes. But what if you feel like your property taxes are too high? Is there anything you can do about it? Well, I'm happy to say yes, you can file a property tax appeal. So today we're going to be talking about property tax appeals here in New Jersey and 7 things you need to know to make sure you have a successful appeal and can get your taxes to go down. This is Monday Mornings with Mark. Hi, I'm your host, Mark J. Schmidt of RE/MAX Country and MoveMeMark.com, where I help you get the most out of the real estate market and your home. If you're new here, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss out. New Jersey has some of the highest property taxes in the country, so it's important that you're not paying any more than you legally have to. So today, I've got 7 things I want to go over with you so you can have a successful property tax appeal if you decide to go down that route. So let's get started. Number 1 is you're actually not appealing your taxes, you're appealing your assessment on your home or what the government thinks your home is worth. You have to remember, your property taxes, that tax rate is set by the municipality, the town in which you live. So they're not going to be able to reduce the tax rate at which you're taxed, but they can possibly reduce your assessment. So if your property is not as valuable as they think it is, you have a chance to get your property taxes to go down by appealing that assessment. Number 2, your assessment is based on the true market value of your home as of October 1st of last year. Now, as you know, home values can go up or down, so the state decided they needed one date by which to value all homes, and that date was October 1st, just to keep everything uniform. So remember that, October 1st of last year is what they're going to be using to base your value off of. Now, number 3, while all assessments must be based on 100% of true market value, not every municipality uses true market value to base your taxes on. So, for example, some municipalities have a special formula where they're not going to use the true market value because maybe they have a higher tax rate and they use a lower value for your home. For example, I just sold a home that we put on the market for $369,900. My clients accepted an offer of $408,000. The assessment on their home was actually $150,000. Now, I know when I first bought my home, when we bought our first home back in 1999, I saw that our assessment on our home was less than what we paid for it. And at first I thought, gee, I want this to be higher because we paid more. But then I realized that if I did that, I would be spending more on taxes than I actually needed to. So your assessment being lower is a good thing. This leads us to number 4. A question that comes up pretty often is, if I buy a new home, will the property taxes go up based on the purchase price that I paid for it? And the short answer is no. Just a sale or a purchase of a home will not trigger a reassessment. Now remember, the way you get reassessed for your home is obviously once every 10 years the town will do a reassessment of the homes in the area. But really what happens is if you have done any material improvements to that home, that can trigger a reassessment. So if you put in a new pool, if you put on an addition, things like that, that will trigger a reassessment and your taxes may go up. But simply buying a home and paying a new price, that's not going to get your property taxes to go up, at least not here in New Jersey. Number 5, and this is one that surprises a lot of people. In order to have a successful appeal, your home's assessment must be at least 15% too high. If it's not 15% overassessed, you're not going to have a successful appeal. Now, the way you can determine your value is really there's 2 ways. You can have an appraisal done on your home where the appraiser is going to look at similar homes to yours, similar square footage, lot size, style, things like that. And they're actually, remember, they're going to compare homes back on October 1st to your home and see where your value lies. The other way is to use comps. You're going to use comparable sales of homes that are similar to yours in your neighborhood, in your area. And again, you have to be at least 15% too high in order to have a successful appeal. If you're 10%, 12%, 13%, that's not going to cut it. 15% or more to have a successful appeal. Number 6, Generally, the deadline to appeal your taxes is April 1st. There are some counties like Gloucester County, Monmouth, and Burlington County that have a January 15th deadline to appeal your taxes. But you can't just appeal your taxes any old time. You have to do it by April 1st. Now, once you get your paperwork in to appeal your taxes, the actual hearing will take place usually within 3 months of your turning them in. And number 7, some good news, if you want to use an attorney to help you appeal your taxes, you can do that, but you're also able to appeal your taxes on your own if you're appealing taxes on an owner-occupied home. If it's a rental property, if it's an investment property, a commercial property, there are certain instances where you need to use an attorney in those cases. But if it's for your own home, you can do everything yourself. Now let me tell you a quick story. Years ago, I had some clients who their home was actually listed by another agent, but the other agent wasn't successful in getting their home sold. So they reached out to me and I met with them. And one thing I noticed is that their property taxes were really high for the neighborhood. And lucky for us and for them, we were before the deadline so they could actually appeal their taxes. I put them in touch with an attorney, and that attorney was able to get $4,000 off of their property taxes. Now, they were really overassessed, and $4,000 might be a lot, but what it actually wound up doing was it helped them sell their home because the property taxes at their current level were just way too high, and I think the buyers saw that. Once that $4,000 reduction went into place, it was easy sailing from then on out. So if your property taxes are too high, consider using an attorney, but like I said, you can do it all yourself. Now listen, if you have questions about appealing your taxes, if you have questions about any part of the real estate process, there's a fantastic resource. It's my website. You can find me at www.MoveMeMark.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you missed our last episode, I've got it right here for you. And here's another episode that YouTube thinks you should watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that circle and subscribe so you don't miss out. And I'll see you next time for more Monday Mornings with Mark. You have a great week.